Yo, it's Ruler Comics here, and for some reason this fight has been popping up a lot on my social media feed, so I feel like I have to talk about it. So let's see who will win this matchup, Ben 10 or Conquest. And I decided to make this a fight where Ben 10 does not have Alien X, just so that this makes the fight somewhat fair. And I'll be breaking this video into 3 categories, the first one being the lore, the second one being powers and abilities, and then the third one being the conclusion. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. I post every day. Now to the video. Starting with Conquest. Conquest is a Viltrumite. He grew up on his planet Viltrum and became one of the most sadistic warriors, as well as also holding the title of the second strongest Viltrumite, second to only the most powerful Viltrumite, Thrag himself. Also, all the Viltrumites did not like him. He was a loner to all the other Viltrumites because of his sadistic tendencies. But there also isn't many Viltrumites either anymore because of the Scourge virus, which somehow he survived, even after it killed billions of other Viltrumites. He also survived getting his arm torn off and his eye tore out by Ragnars. And after all that, he still became one of the most powerful Viltrumites to ever exist. So now let's talk about the lore of Ben 10, which will be very brief like Conquest. So Ben was once a 10-year-old who went on a vacation trip with his grandpa and his cousin Gwen. While camped out in the forest and taking a walk, Ben found what he thought was a shooting star. But it was the Omnitrix, which ended up barreling towards him and then attaching to his wrist. And at first with the Omnitrix, he was only able to turn into 10 aliens. But as the series grew on, he was able to turn into way more aliens. Aliens that he used to help save the universe multiple times over. Now let's talk about powers and abilities, starting with Conquest. Like I said before, Conquest is considered the second strongest Viltrumite of all time, so we already know that he's insanely powerful and durable, being able to destroy buildings and tear through people with relative ease, as well as being massively hypersonic in speed. And he cannot regrow limbs, but he does have a decent healing factor, only because of the smart atoms that are composed in his body, which allows Conquest and other Viltrumites to do some insane stuff, but still not as insane as Ben 10 and his Omnitrix. With it, he has a plethora of strong abilities, like Pyrokinesis, Ice Manipulation, Regeneration ability, Gravity Manipulation, being able to absorb and disperse energy. He can also manipulate time and a bunch of other crazy abilities. Also, just to point out, Ben's watch does have a failsafe which will allow him to turn into an alien that he needs for the situation, making it so that Ben can't die like when he took the blast of a Big Bang. He also can unlock and scan new aliens. So in short, Conquest might be insanely strong with a live experience, but that strength, speed, and his famous slicing move is not going to help him, like how it helped Green Lantern in Death Battle, which is some BS. And don't say that his hand was cut off before, his hand was just teleported. That is way different. Regardless, Conquest won't even have a chance because Ben has way too many aliens that's going to be able to take him out. Like Four-Arms, Humongosaur, Wrath, Diamond Head, Atomics, and Way Big I feel like are all physically opposing enough to take on Conquest. But there's even ones with crazy hacks like Pesky Dusk who can make people sleep, Guttrout who could technically cook up his own Scourge virus, Echo whose Sonic Scream is a weakness of the Viltrumites, Ghost Freak who could just possess Conquest, or Clockwork who can manipulate time. When are we all going to sit back and realize that even without Alien X, Ben is completely broken? There is just no way that Conquest stands a chance. Especially if you give Ben Master Control, the fight is over. Conquest is getting the brakes being off him. This is no contest at all. Ben wins.